This is part 2 of my Apple collection, the regular sized iPads. I hope you enjoyed the video and please subscribe. These are my iPad first generations. This one's a 16 gigabyte model. This is also a cellular model. The next iPad is also a first generation. This one's a 16 gigabyte model. It's Wi-Fi only. This is also a 16 gigabyte model. It's Wi-Fi only. The next one's a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. This is a 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. This is the iPad second generation. It is a 16 gigabyte model. Another iPad second generation. This is also a 16 gigabyte model. This is another iPad second generation. It's a 32 gigabyte model. Another iPad second generation. This is a 16 gigabyte model. Here's another iPad second generation. It is a 16 gigabyte cellular model. These are the iPad third generations. This one's a 16 gigabyte model. Here's another 16 gigabyte model. This is a 64 gigabyte model. It's cellular. These are the iPad 4th generations. This one's a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi model. Another iPad 4th generation. This is also a 16 gigabyte model. Here's another iPad 4th generation. It is a 16 gigabyte cellular model. These are the iPad Air models. This is an iPad Air first generation cellular model. It's a 16 gigabyte version. This is an iPad Air second generation. It's a 128 gigabyte model. Another iPad Air second generation. This is a cellular 64 gigabyte model. This is the only iPad Pro 9.7 that I have. It's a 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. This is a iPad 5th generation. It's a 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. This is an iPad 6th generation. It's a 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. This is the iPad 8th generation. It's a 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model. A iPad Air 3rd generation, 256 gigabyte model, Wi-Fi only. And an iPad Pro 10.5, 512 gigabyte model. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe.